Hello. We're live.
We are,
We're doing a live thing. This is the Monday all weekend live show.
This is the very first time we're doing a live. Well, we did some Instagram lives, back in the day.
We did a chess grandmaster battle royale.
We did.
We did do
that. So last sober October. Yeah,
that
we
was
did.
Fun.
I forgot about that.
We are here to talk about all the stuff that came out last week. Not all of it. We're going to touch on some of the big stuff.
Yeah.
Briefly. We're not going to be going for too long because this is our first stream.
Yeah. Dip our toes,
In the future, we may go longer. We'll see. There may be nobody watching, but
I hope there's at least one person
maybe
watching.
one person will come in.
One person.
And these videos will be going up on the studio channel,
Mm-hmm.
so don't worry about missing out if you are late or, didn't get the notification. We're still figuring this out.
Yeah,
but this is a show we kind of want to do something like this every week so we can kind of touch on things, let you guys sort of know how we feel without going into a full review.
Yeah.
As we go into the new week coming in. I am Wyatt, by the way, if you didn't already know.
And I'm Josh, and
I'm Joe.
I'm
on the desk.
Yeah, Joe's on the turntables. He's mixing, mashing, watching the stream.
That's what I'm doing.
He's monitoring the stream.
Absolutely.
It is a little bit behind. I'm pretty sure that's the way it is for most streams.
Yeah.
So Joe is just gonna kind of make sure that we stay on track.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
That's all the introductions.
Yeah. You want to get into the first thing we're going to talk about?
Yeah. Real quick, you introduce this because this was kind of your idea.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. So Disney Plus came out with kind of a Halloween special, Werewolf by Night, and we watched it, and I wanted to just talk about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about on the podcast before. Me and Wyatt have this, this more Wyatt than me, but Wyatt's got me into it. This, love for the cheesy werewolf films, and so it sparkled my interest when I saw the trailer for it.
It fits all kind of the stuff that we look for.
Yeah.
In the cheesy werewolf movie, at least the trailer did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to sort of get a quick overview of the show. We're not going to go super deep into this.
Yeah.
Nothing special for me. It felt average as far as what Marvel has put out.
Yeah.
It wasn't grand. It wasn't She-Hulk. If we're looking at two different ends of the spectrum, it was kind of this middle ground. It was okay.
Yeah. I thought it would be a little bit more who done it, like who's the werewolf. And it wasn't. It kind of pretty much once you got into it, you realized who the werewolf was.
Right.
And then it was like, when is he going to turn to a werewolf type thing more?
The show looks super stylized. I'm curious as to what you guys
It's a
thought
movie.
about that. Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's
I didn't watch
it's
it.
sort of a short movie.
Yeah, it's like black and white, trying to feel very
It's fine.
old. And when I watched it, I told Wyatt, I was like, I don't know if I like the black and white. They didn't have to make it black and white. And then at the end, this is kind of a spoiler.
Spoil it.
Yeah, she gets the like diamond or whatever it is,
the bloodstone.
the bloodstone, and everything becomes color. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz thing, where everything
they've got over the
becomes
rainbow
color.
playing as everything bleeds into color. That was a pretty moment.
And as that was happening, I was like, I understand why it was black and white now. It makes sense. I like this.
The werewolf, I'll give them props. They kept with a more or less real physical werewolf.
It was more. It wasn't. I like the
man.
More Wolfman. I like the long snouted werewolf.
But it
better.
kind of fits with the Wolfman in the Marvel comics. I'm pretty sure. Also, Man Thing is in there. He's kind of like a Swamp Thing beast, very powerful in the Marvel cinematic, or not cinematic, but the Marvel comic universe.
Honestly, I'm just surprised that Marvel has werewolves. I didn't even know that they had
Yeah.
a werewolf.
Yeah.
Was it like a one-off spin kind of comic book kind of thing story, or was it what was the purpose behind it?
The Werewolf by Night is a comic book series, I believe, but it delves into the more occult stuff in the Marvel universe, like Blade, Man-Thing, werewolves, Dracula, Morbius, that kind of stuff. And then of course this kind of bleeds also into the what is it? What are they called? The Midnight Suns?
Yeah, the Monster Hunters.
Yeah, the Midnight Suns.
So Blade and Morbius and the Black Knight and things like that.
That would be fun if, they were all hunters.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun if they brought Blade into that group of hunters, but they didn't.
Because he's kind of a monster. He's, like the Daywalker. Yeah, I would have loved that. That's kind of Werewolf by Night.
Scale of 1 to 10, how strong was this compared to other things?
I would say
did you guys
it was
really enjoy it?
7.5.
This is a 5.5 for me.
Really? And what?
Because 5.5 isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't amazing for me. So.
Okay.
Yeah. But briefly, while we are on the topic of kind of the occult Marvel stuff, did you guys hear Blade lost its director?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
He left. The director for the new Blade movie left.
Did he get recruited for Star Wars?
No, I don't know. Things are not going well for the new
Let me guess.
Blade production.
Creative differences.
Probably. Yeah, probably. It's a PG-13 Blade movie as well.
So that's not going to fly.
Mm-mm.
Dang it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on something. So I brought this to the table, shifting gears a little bit, something else that just came out this weekend. So we got confirmation that Tom Cruise is going to space.
Yes. The article. What's the article
We've been talking about it for a minute, and we've been hearing stuff about it that Tom Cruise is going to film a movie in space. But it looks like we actually are going to get it.
Hold on. Let me read this first paragraph real quick. So this says Universal Film Entertainment Group chairperson Donna Langley has stated the company is working to launch Tom Cruise into outer space to film a movie. The actor would tape just a segment of the film while suspended in weightlessness on board the International Space Station. The project is still in early stages, blah, blah, blah. No release date, no launch date, nothing known, blah, 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 blah. Working with people he's worked with on Edge of Tomorrow.
Which, honestly, that was a great film, in my opinion. I really enjoyed
I love Edge of Tomorrow. I've only seen it once. It's one of those that I've seen once and I've been like, I need to go watch that again.
Yeah.
I watched it a couple times.
Where you guys?
I have the DVD copy of it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch it this week. Oh, maybe not. I'm leaving this week.
Well, me and Joshua can watch it.
So, what do you guys think? Tom Cruise going into space?
I think it's the natural progression of things, honestly.
Of things?
But where do you go after outer space?
Mars, bruh.
Mars.
He's going to Mars?
Yeah. I mean, if Elon Musk is going to Mars, he's already taken Elon Musk's ship to outer space to get to the space station to film this. So Elon Musk, apparently, he's getting in on the cinema money. He's like, hey, how big is your budget? I'm curious.
Tentatively in partnership with Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is in everything, though. He wants to buy Twitter, and he's in everything.
Absolutely.
The man's all over.
Yeah, and it's fun. I think it's fun. I think this is a big deal. Now, I know we had technically it won't be the first film in space. We had some Russian filmmakers do something, but this is going to be a Tom Cruise movie.
They'll ignore it.
The other one might as well be void.
This will be the first Tom Cruise in space.
Yeah.
No other Tom Cruise has ever been in space.
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, this is what they're doing.
It's crazy to me.
No Tom Cruise in space, but someone else in space. I don't know. Who's gone into space?
I was just
actually, William Shatner's been into space.
He has.
William Shatner did go to space.
Jeff Bezos went into the atmosphere.
He went with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He said it was really surreal and the greatest experience of his life, which is really kind of sweet.
A voyage where no man has ever gone before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that Tom Cruise is in his 60s, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shatner's in his 90s, and he went to space.
Yeah.
So Tom needs to get up there.
Shatner's
He needs
old.
to get on that Shatner line. You know?
That's right.
You feel?
So what else, Joshua? Did you have a? What else were we talking about this evening? Anything else come out?
We did. You didn't want to touch on She-Hulk.
I didn't. No, I don't really want to touch on She-Hulk because I only have negative stuff to talk about.
I do too.
And that's just across the board. Like She-Hulk, negative. It's terrible.
Okay, all right.
That's end of rant. We don't have
to talk about the show. I do have one question.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to get a second season?
No. No.
No.
They're gonna see how many people hate it, and they're gonna be like, "No."
I feel like
it didn't get us enough.
It's gonna be one of those shows like the live-action Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
It came. There was a ton of backlash, a ton of stuff, and then faded to nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's She-Hulk. Man, I was hoping it would get me excited for the new Daredevil show.
I'm scared now.
You guys love Daredevil so much.
The Daredevil show could still have potential.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know.
It better not just be another Green Arrow because Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Hawkeye.
No, Green Arrow.
Are we talking about Green Arrow from
the DC?
DC, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to compare it to DC, but DC, that show started out really good. And I said, this is awesome. And then it just became drama. Like, it was not even good by the end.
They're not going to be acknowledging the previous show as canon. So they're going to be probably developing.
No Froggy?
No, what?
No Froggy.
No, the previous Daredevil show.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know if Foggy's coming back.
Foggy. Why did I say Froggy?
Because
Foggy.
Because he looks kind of frog-like.
Yeah.
You know.
No Foggy. No. Who's the
Karen?
girl? Karen.
No, Karen.
Yeah.
I love Karen.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Next up, we got to give
something else that happened.
What?
Something else that happened. I was just kicking you off.
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Woo! Oh, yes. That was a thing.
Whew, big episode.
Huge episode.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say, honestly. It came through so strong.
Some of the greatest visual storytelling I've ever seen, because this episode, I'm gonna try not to go into spoilers, but this episode capitalized on all of the character development, primarily for two characters, but for every character.
Yeah,
they have capitalized on everything we've seen in the past, and they well it up to this magnificent moment.
Yeah,
just where you're sitting there and you're either silent or you're cheering or you're crying. It's going to be one of the three.
Yeah.
I was somewhere between all of them.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll say this episode made me smile so much, especially towards close to the end. And then it also made me so incredibly sad.
Yeah. Almost made me misty-eyed.
Yeah. I was talking to Wyatt about it a little bit, and I feel like the biggest thing I've talked about the show, the negatives, the only thing really I've said is I wish, Game of Thrones had, the White Walkers and the battle for the throne. It gave us something to kind of pull us away. Yeah, like a secondary story. This does not. But last night I realized, I know it's taken us this many episodes to get here. There's enough people now that I'm satisfied. I don't need that secondary storyline because you have Daemon's kids. You have Daemon's kids with Rhaenyra. You have Rhaenyra's kids. You have Rhaenyra's kids with Daemon. You have Alicent's kids. Yeah. You have all these people in different. There's like multiple timelines of they're related to this person, They're bastards.
Everybody's. And people,
don't say bastard. You'll get your head sliced in two.
Yeah, everybody is picking sides as well.
Yeah.
So the show is ramping up, and you're right. I kind of wished for a secondary storyline, But as the show has progressed, it's not that kind of show. They know what they have the story they want to tell, and it's this family, these politics.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I feel like it's my opinion how I thought of Game of Thrones until Ned Stark gets a spear through his leg, and then it builds up and they cut off his head. I was like, this show's okay, but it's not that good. When they cut off Ned Stark's head, the whole show became like, it went up in popularity. Yeah. People loved it. People were like, what's going to happen next season?
And then his ghost kind of, or his shadow lingers over the rest of the show. Even in the books, lingers throughout the books. Him and Uncle Bobby B.
Yeah.
I saw a post that said, referring to Viserys as Vizzy T.
Vizzy T.
But
well, there's another Viserys now.
Speaking of
the kid
Viserys.
Yeah. The older Viserys or the young kid Viserys?
Old Viserys. Patty Constantine. Now our British bruvs and lasses, they
stop.
That's what they prefer over there across the pond. They've known about Patty for many years. They've known he's an incredible actor, and I've heard people saying it's really great to see him kind of get his spot in the limelight across.
Yeah,
all like everywhere that's been watching this show. His acting has been incredible.
Oh yes,
he's incredible in this. There's a lot of kind of visual effects work on him.
Yeah,
because he's kind of decrepit.
They definitely had a body double,
and yet still he killed it.
Oh yeah, it was wild, man. It's insane.
From the episode, I think it was episode 3, The Hunt. I don't know which, was it called The Hunt?
It was
the episode with the hunt.
Yeah.
From that episode, we saw the conflict in him when he was trying to marry off Rhaenyra, and you could tell he was drinking. You could feel the tension that he was holding up until now. He had the same tension, but he's an old guy, and he walks into the throne room.
Yeah.
After not being in there for how long?
Yeah. And remember spoilers. I don't want to spoil this for people.
Okay.
It just came out yesterday.
It just came out.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. He has been battling. He wants to keep the peace in this realm. He wants to be a good father. He wants to be a good husband. He wants just to be a good man, and you're sitting there and you're like, this world was not, this throne was not built for him. It was built for somebody like Tywin.
It honestly was.
And it just, he's the only kind of person who can actually rule this world.
I want to give light to one other actor besides Viserys, Matt Smith playing Daemon in this specific episode. He's been, in my opinion, I've never really cared for him as an actor, but this show has blown his acting skills out of the water for me. Like, I've fallen in love with him because of Daemon. And this episode, he did not say a lot. He did one thing, which I'm not going to spoil, but him just and his reverenceness in this episode shows, even not saying anything, he shows his relationship between him and Viserys so well.
He does a couple things in this episode that
when he helps him up the steps, this is not really a spoiler, but he helps him up the steps and puts the crown on his head.
Well, now you're just spoiling the whole thing.
That scene shows that relationship between two brothers that has been years, conflict, trouble, yes, them fighting, but yet they still have this brother relationship, and it was such a good scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, if I may throw in a word here, I think that would not have been as powerful if we hadn't set up the conflict. But when that scene happens, it's like the whole world, it feels like the whole world against Viserys and Daemon, and they are definitely the power duo in that scene.
big props to Patty Constantine, to Matt Smith. But I think somebody else who's gonna be who's gonna be kind of big as the show goes on. Whoever's playing the kid who's playing Aemond Targaryen, the Crimson Chin, the kid with the chin and the eye patch.
Oh, him.
This kid is killing it on screen. He's
the new one or the first one?
The new one.
Yesterday's.
Yeah, he is killing the way he's looking at people.
With that one eye.
The micro expressions he when he makes eye contact every time with Daemon.
Yeah.
All the little things that he does.
Yeah.
The smirks. The comments.
What's his older brother's name?
The older brother is Aegon.
Aegon. You said that you didn't like the casting between him and Aegon because when they were having the dinner scene, you were trying to follow who's who, and Aegon, the actor looks younger than him.
Yeah, so
even though Aegon's older.
I got completely lost until they gave us information. I actually thought, because didn't they have a third son? Didn't Alicent have a third?
No, she had a girl.
I might have been, a girl.
So it's Aegon,
the girl that he was dancing with.
And then Aemond.
Yes, so this is probably I haven't had a problem with any of the casting so far, but this definitely was the most egregious in my mind because this actor looks younger than the previous one. You know what I mean?
Well, the other actor, so Aegon is supposed to look kind of boyish and round, kind of frumpy, like he's lived his whole life in a castle, kind of baby-faced. Is his character.
Yeah.
He's not as sharp-faced and dangerous looking as Aemond.
But didn't Aegon, wasn't he sharp-faced in the last episode?
When he was young.
He wasn't that young though. Like he was that boy they got to play was not that young.
He was 16, but it's been 6 years. A person can change a lot.
It looks like he went from 16 to like 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand the confusion, but I also understand the casting.
No, I think the casting was good, even though you say you didn't like it, because his character feels like he's tall, he's got the longer hair. He felt like...
Who, Aemond?
Yeah. He felt... He's taller than his brother, but yet he's a fighter. And that's... I liked the actor. Yeah, right. It felt good to me.
It's the same thing at the beginning of the show. We were saying every time Daemon is on screen, he's kind of like commanding the scene. And now it's sort of like every time Aemond is on screen, every time he's in a shot, there's something going on with him too. There's a tension, that unspoken tension.
Mischief.
It's good, man.
Mischief managed on his part.
Let's see, where are we sitting at time-wise, Joe?
I think we can go for about another 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then if there's something about Rings of Power you wanted to bring
up? Let's touch on it. Because we have one more episode.
Sprinkle the sprinkle.
One more episode of this show. We can't talk about this show the way we can talk about House of the Dragon.
Because it's not this good.
It's not the same kind of show.
No, it's not.
You think there's going to be a satisfying ending for this?
There will be a cliffhanger ending, yes.
Yeah.
Or like reveal something that we know from Lord of the Rings.
Sauron.
Like,
they're going to reveal Sauron.
Yes, they're going to say what we already know.
Yeah.
Do you want to say that or no?
Well,
hold it back?
It's a personal theory, and everybody's been saying that Halbrand is Sauron.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to reveal that in this.
You don't think so?
In this season.
It seems a little early for their ambitious moves.
And if they don't, they never will. Because I think they're petty, and I think because people called it too quick, they'll change it.
You think they'll change it?
I think they'll change it. They've already started working on season 2 in a rushed production. So but the showrunners have said it's going to be a couple years though.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know that there's going to be any people looking forward to the second season.
No, I'm not looking forward to it.
And if what they'll have to do with the second season is really rework dialogue
Yeah.
and story. In my opinion, they're gonna have to do something because the show. The biggest complaint for the show is that it feels long. It feels boring.
Yeah.
You know, when we have sort of similar downtime in House of the Dragon, we're not doing exciting stuff all the time.
It feels good.
But it feels good. It feels like it has great pacing and tension. House of the Dragon, or I'm sorry, Rings of Power, rather, doesn't have that pacing and tension.
Correct.
So we'll see. We'll see how people are talking about it at the end of the season, at the end of the finale. We'll see how... We'll see what we get. I think people are going to be looking forward to the second season of House of the Dragon. Absolutely, much more.
Yeah, I hope it's not like 3 years. I hope it's. I want them to take what they need to create a good show, because I don't want them to, in my opinion, the Hobbit movies. They tried to put them out too quick, and they lacked some things because of that. So I hope they take their time to create a good show. But I hope it's quick.
The HBO crew who've worked on Game of Thrones for years. I think they're reassembling, right? Like the Avengers. I think once you get this crew together again, back in working order.
Plus, they're working on Jon Snow.
I think we can get another season out much quicker than we can get another season of Rings of Power, because that's a new crew. This is an old crew. This is an old pirate ship.
That's right.
You know, they know how to work the yard.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
That was great, guys. I wanted to just say, for all of you listening or watching on the playback or here live, we appreciate you being here.
Did we get anybody live?
Yeah, we got a few people, actually.
Did we really?
Yeah.
No comments, but a couple people
Give us some comments. Just say hey.
Popped in.
Look, we're going to be here again next Monday night, and we got all kinds of videos coming out between now and then. All right?
Yeah, we'll be back Monday.
Yes, we will. And if you guys would like to subscribe to our Patreon, the link's in the description, and subscribe to the channel, like the stream. We love you. Any final words from you two?
Nope.
We'll see you on the next reaction video or next Monday.
Yeah.
All right.